man, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see me, but they just put something up on the screen. And I don't even want to even put it on the screen. My screen's broken. So, I got some little spirit things going on. You know what I'm saying? I can't get this thing off the screen and shit, so. And they're not trying to let me do stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, I got a few people doing some magics or doing some kind of spell work. The full moon just went down, so of course they don't want me getting information out to you. This is kind of crazy. I can't even get this mug off. But we're here though. Alright. Yo, man. Times are serious, G. It's really serious because a lot of things is going on and people's not really recognizing the external things happening. A lot of things that we're supposed to push under the rug. I wanted to put a title up, but we're dealing with, when we're dealing with healing, we're going to talk about this cluster B personality. You know what I'm saying? The pathologicalness and the traits that was gaslighted upon the whole entire world. When world wars happen, you know what I'm saying? Dropping from nobility. And we know within the last at least 100 years, niggas weren't really treated as fair, and their culture, which only thing they had was their own self and resource and natural God-given talents to entertain the world with, was kind of shoved under the rug like, yo, whatever, nigga, go ahead and do this and that and the third. And wasn't really acknowledging the fact that, hey man, things went down, people died. American niggas went to war, did they not, And so now we're voting in certain people into office, no matter who it is. It's always seemed like it's going to be a bad thing. You're not going to get an even playing field, depending on the people that you're dealing with. These are narcissistic entities that utilize niggas as the primary supply source. And that means that you're their go-to guy to make something happen. If you ever noticed, Michael Jackson was the one they went to when things was hitting the fan about certain truths. And it's the same thing that's going on now. You got the Diddy whole thing going on, the people, the deaths, certain rappers, things that get your mind off of what they're striving to do, ruling over you. They rule over you. That's what they're doing. You know what I mean? You don't have no control of anything. And because why? We haven't left nobody alone. We haven't expatiated. As far as mugs can call me a bum or whatever, but like I say, if we had a community, we'll be able to do these things, And I'm just asking you, I can be mad at the white man if I want to, the American motherfucker, for sure, because of the shit that went down. But that's what he will want, any type of interaction with that, and our Lord self is like, oh, it ain't nothing. It still affects them when they recorded it in their own books and documented what they did to niggas, man. Like, niggas never wrote books about all the shit that happened. Niggas was in books, So we've seen it at the hand of them, So this is why we're addressing it to this point where it's like, yo, man, we gotta have a healing time. It's a timeout. We gotta have a healing time. If there wasn't a such thing as we didn't need that, then you know what I'm saying? If we didn't need that, then hey, shit. The world would be a cool place and shit. But right now, it's not. And we can all put our hands up and vouch like, yo, do you think it's a cool place? Say yay. No, motherfucker. It's no, motherfucker. It's not a cool place. Shit's happening. Okay, well, put your hands up if it's not a cool place. All right, cool. Because the reason why is because nobody has never addressed a certain issue like how naturally you're doing the spiritual work as an individual. Like, individually, we're going to do the spiritual work. And they're mad because it's like, the pointing fingers and the enabling, and I'm dealing with the Caucasian because they're the only tourist that goes around the world. And there's a certain look and evil eye that they have when they see a nigga in a certain place, especially if a nigga's having their own interaction with something that they're involved with, like their attention is involved with something else. And if it seems like it could be like, okay, well they can feel enabled to your attention. And even if you do not respond, it's like they will get an attitude and be mad when you're like what I'm doing right now. I know I'm probably making a mug mad and shit because they're looking at me as I'm talking on the damn phone. Like I'm supposed to look at them and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they get mad. They can't understand, like, okay, clearly this guy is probably over here in his own thing. Instead of coming up with a conclusion and opinion like, oh, this guy's sick, man. He don't even want to talk. It's like, no, just leave that motherfucker alone. He will leave you alone. You know what I'm saying? So in the world, we're dealing with that. And that right there alone, dealing with jobs and all these things, the entitlement issues and jobs, the big I, little U and jobs, the supervisors, people have an entitlement issue when it comes to certain ranks. Like you can control another person through your money or your status or whatnot. And we all know that the nigga in America gets kicked upon, even though he's very creative, most creative, and has the least amount of shit. You know what I'm saying? And is very, very creative and is not left alone at all because he's so creative. It's like you can't leave that man alone for a long time, or their species so they can heal. Nobody has came to the agreement like, man, let them motherfuckers leave, let their nation live amongst themselves and heal themselves. Because every time a mug tried, there were certain things that was influenced or put into the neighborhoods that allowed niggas to kind of get triggered and didn't know that they weren't done developing and mastering their self, because codependency came out with dope and drugs. That hit the fan in the 70s and shit, you know what I mean? When you had your freedom, so-called, heroin came in. It was a different type of plant that was mixed with certain things that allowed, that showed, that mind-altering chemicals to come and play. You're a spiritual being. They know how to fuck with you. And they know you have cluster B personality, so you're going to have some type of codependency in it because you've been dealing with certain people. Peace, y'all. Yo, K. What's up, man? KQ. Oh, man, it's my man. It's me. The fuck this. Peace. Hello. Hi. You saying facts. I can't really see the name because, the sun is is right here, B. It's like, bam. See? That's how it's looking right here. That's why I want us all to start healing so we can start healing up on our own. And I'm not talking no hate, you know what I mean? At all. But this is just facts of what we see. Like, when they were just doing KKK marches, they was in the middle of the street in Washington, D.C. with the American flag. It wasn't a Confederate flag, And there's a lot of things that there were ways that they was allowed to do these things. It was like a terrorist group. So it's like, don't you think that niggas need a chance to sit back and relax, heal? They done lost people that was very important. The people that didn't even shoot, go out to rob motherfuckers and try to shoot to kill, and try to just do whatever, just harness heinous things. So this is why now it's like, yo, man, now that you can see that it's not going to be a let up. It's always going to be about how we can control this nigga in some form of fashion and making him think that we can give him some type of glory or give him something that takes him away from the separate of the all. And it's like, and it's until you start, every time you try to pull away, this is a narcissistic move where they come in and hover back on you. And then narcissists do this. So check this out. You know what I mean? They doing this as a whole nation. And a whole nation will be judged for this also. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know, they hover around when they see you starting to get your things together. You're like, nah, we don't like that. We're trying to find a way to have our own thing now, because now we can have our own basketball stuff. It was wise enough like we did before, having our own Negro league instead of integrating into their leagues. Because now we're like, okay, we was trying to integrate just being natural and happy. That's why a nigga can't be racist. We just talk funny shit by saying little names, even in our low self. We're in our low self, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Our people was molested spiritually, physically. Man, a man's child got molested and shit from the whole little slave plantation type stuff, man. A male and female, babies, man, 9 years old and shit, even younger than that. So you had to grow. This is in the gene. This is a lot of horrific shit happened to a nigga, man. So when you think that a nigga need a chance to be by himself in order to make America great again, to be inventing a lot of little things that need to be invented, but everybody's thinking externally, and promises coming about to the community like, yo, we're gonna do this for you, that for you, and you don't even have a status. We're just Negro, black, and colored in their whole de facto court system. And every time you try to challenge them, it's a runaround. Even when they give you tickets, they found a way to get money from your ass, and you don't even got it just through tickets alone. How many mothers got pulled over just not having a complete stop? Not just nothing alone having your blinker on and shit, and you sitting up 10 to 2 with glasses probably on and shit, but a complete stop. And you was probably at a complete stop, but it didn't matter. But that was a way to go ahead and pull you over. And now they're not even supposed to do that. If they even ran your plates, it's not even supposed to do that. Your plates is this is a wagon for business. They know you can make money off your wagon that's for business because you can transport cargo. And cargo can just be people or just things, And that's when you start doing for yourself, and they be kind of upset. And so a lot of people like, damn, why niggas don't got shit? It's like, because every time we did shit, we was doing it in the right way. They was finding ways to attack you. Like, we had our own trucks that we can travel and distribute goods throughout the whole mainland, the whole America. But what they do, they allow people to get into the law enforcement in the states, you know, as far as like the state troopers, to pull over certain people, plant certain things on mugs, doing all kind of shit. Most High allowed it. It's to show their greed, man, and that they will have no let up on you and never give you no chance. He made spirit strong enough to take that type of shit, G. So now it's enough is enough at this point, G. You can't deal with this mug. So what have they really given you? Not even just like contracts for athletes. And some of you probably watching as athletes. It's like, yo, what have they really given us? What can we really do with this? Are we really buying up farms next to each other in the mainland so we can kind of connect our families? You know what I mean? Keeping our talents pure, you know? Because the Most High made our talents come about through all of the chaos, you know, through the mixing of who we had to, you know, mate with and things of that nature. Now you have an understanding of what's going on. It's like, damn, these people will not help us. You're asking someone to give you reparations for something that will not do anything for you. You know, this is why the spirit currency, tapping into the inherited, your birthright, which is your spiritualness. The only way you can do this is through your semen sacredness. Start giving a fuck about that. Because they're going to send all kind of succubuses at you spiritually now. They're going to have it in the flesh. If you can master it in the flesh, I ain't saying that you ain't going to be like, man, she got a fat ass. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? She may have a fat ass, some nice hips and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and everything. You're not supposed to like lust over that type of shit. You know what I mean? She's a woman. You can look at her. She's like a flower. You can look at her. Anytime you get to a point when you lusting over her, then that becomes a problem. Because lust leads you into gaydom. And gaydom is just not necessarily just sex. That's just backwards ass thinking. Like a mother do some dumb ass shit. Like, why you do that for? Stupid. You know what I mean? They have actual things that talk about in mental institutions that's like, yo, this amongst an idiot. Or he's a imbecile. There are degrees. And that's when they say idiot, that came from a mental institution and shit. Like, that mother's an idiot. They really mean that. You know what I'm saying? Or he's an imbecile. You know what I mean? Break down the word imbecile type shit. We ain't gotta get all the way into it. I gotta take it down right here. But Jim, you know, so when we just, you know, master our own self, you know, she'll just take it, even if it's your girl, you know, she'll start taking your guidance at this point. She starts believing in you and shit. Because you must be believing in the Most High Creator to do this. She'll start listening to you. And that's what you needed to do, because you're actually looking out for her. Once you start understanding that you're looking out for her and her naiveness in the world and certain niggas that don't keep the code as far as like coveting another nigga's wisdom, broads, you know what I'm saying? They're female. You know what I'm saying? I feel that we was already saying bitch anyways, because we was nature. And we knew that the bitch, which was a dog, a female dog, was down like a mug for you. So your female had to be down as hell, which she is, because she the only one to know your ass on all forms, in all dimensions, mentally, spiritually, and physically. When you go outside of her, you're dealing with women, they won't see as deep as you need them to see you. You know, they can only get to a certain level. Why? Because y'all unequally yoked. Now, if you just needed your physical to be like, okay, this is what it is, and she's not a part of the tribes of the Creator that's like, you know, ripened and bringing forth understanding and having everlasting life and seeing spiritual nature and shit, you know what I'm saying? If she doesn't have that, you're going to be raising her up. But like I say, in order for that to happen, the most I say, the mug got to stay with the people for about a year, you know? It's not like you're not marrying damsels and shit. And the same thing goes for women. She can't just go out and just bring another motherfucker back to the camp without thoroughly acknowledging his ass and shit, testing him like, nigga, how fast is you? How strong is you, motherfucker? How fast, how witty are you? Are you quick? You know? So that's what it is, you know? So there is tribes that we can mate with, and there's more tribes that they separated us from. There's tribes out here, you know? And the triangle is the symbol for the earth, you know what I mean? And so there's a holy triangle out here. That there's chosen ripened people. The Samoans, the Fijians, the Tahitians, the Tongans, the Hawaiians, everybody, just Hawaiians, just the ones who are just with the secure breath. And they link on the same type of accord as Nagas do on the mainland. They just the Indians in the Pacific. That's what the Caucasians call them in the documents, in the little civil rights documents, you know. And so Muz not really knowing, we gave our lands up, we gave our rights up, you know, to people that we were striving to help. And when we seen them, didn't they need help? I mean, didn't they really need help? You know, when Captain Cook came to when he came to Hawaii, man, they described him as needing some goddamn help. That they was strong, straggly and shit, smelly, stinking, and motherfuckers just needed to come. They was coming from winter, nigga. They was they was wherever they was at. Had to be so goddamn bad for them to come to Hawaii. They couldn't leave the motherfucker, G. They like, man, we gotta go back. Women was jumping in the boat with them and everything and shit. They never had that. So it's like they came across some Israelites, you know, and it's like, damn, this is the land of the Israelites, nigga. These niggas just got all this beauty and healing and shit. They're so giving. They gave us this, but they don't want to let us know that, you know, Hawaiians is already in communication with other sea-faring people, foreign travelers, navigators, like the Moors, the Spaniards, the Spanish, or the Spaniards, the real niggas, the Nagas, the ones that went on them boats and went all around the world and made the maps. Like, nigga, this was here, this was there, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? And so that's before the full taking over of Amaru, because that's what happened. That's what we gotta. Either we're gonna admit that, yo, nigga, either you're taking over. That's it. Either that, just admit that you just took it over, nigga, and they motherfuckers invaded, and you're the fucking slave, nigga, in America. Now, just accept it. Now all we gotta do is just die. And it seems like that's what it is, right? Just die, nigga, because learn how to die now, because we done took your shit. We ain't never giving you your shit back. You just probably happen to be in the twilight zone where you'll never get your shit back. So this is why knowing the spiritual nature is also important too, because Most High allows certain things to happen as well. He has had a lot of things happen, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, you know, good things is coming up, you know, but at the same time, this is all they want your ass to do. Don't want you to have shit, no land, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Giving you your job that you can work for a certain way, be hard. You have to take piss tests to do this. Certain people ain't even gotta do that shit, man. That's like a joke. They're actually testing your piss. Ain't that something? Like, you got time to sit there and test my piss? That's psycho, G. That's really psycho. And even what's more psycho, you got blood banks in the hood. For what? Who needs all that goddamn blood? Who? You know, you gotta understand, a lot of things going on and shit, G, in the world. And like I say, we just get our light up, it's like a supernatural thing will occur between all of us. It's like an event that they don't want to happen. That's why they not letting this be shown. They know that niggas as with your so-called fitness gurus, they can only talk about certain things for a second. They can't even lay on the ground for fucking 20 minutes, man. You know, they got toxic melanin. Their melanin is so toxic, they can't even sit outside like this. We're showing you now that we can sit outside with this. We ain't even got coconut oil on and shit. It's blazing, nigga. It's like 91 degrees type shit. You know what I mean? Sun just blazing on the mug, G. Feeding the mug. I ain't even ate yet. I ain't even eat no fruit, but I'm about to eat some fruit. But I ain't ate none yet, yo. You know what I mean? I ain't even got to until about 3, 4. I probably can eat some fruit then, but I'm probably gonna eat some fruit a little bit before, because I got a can of pineapples. And that just keep the light up. It just keep you bright. Magnetic attraction, man, it's crazy. And that's what all of us gonna be on, G. And that's what they don't want. They'll let your little YouTubers with the or your little, you know, so-called higher uppers in the YouTubes that got the, you know, the subscribers, that try to take the style and think it works for them. But Most High is like clowning their ass right now. I ain't even been watching. I'm pretty sure he's clowning. Even the ones who the wannabes. You gotta watch out for the wannabes trying to blend with these gonna-bees, taking flights right overseas. Can't you hear them? They calling me. I got the style of that lingo, fresh like the flamingo. No. So anyways, yeah, man. That's what they don't want. They're like, oh shit, now we got is something going on in the world that we don't want. We don't want individuals waking up to, you know. And that's semen retention, because that's talking about raising it up at least 14 months. Well, that's when things get to cracking. But every month feels good. Every month you raise that light up to the boom, next chakra. You're gonna feel it. And the boom, 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 boom. Mother's gonna be trying to do all kind of shit on your spell work. You're gonna know that it's spirits gonna be after your ass. It's not even gonna be the flesh no more. You're not even gonna be like, man, that's not even them, G. Them is them druges, them spirits, them archons, whatever you wanna call it. That's them on the outside of the motherfuckers. And you can tell because certain animals don't mesh with certain people and shit. Because when certain people come over by you, they get the hell up. You know what I mean? Because they're like, damn, I don't know this nigga, who this nigga, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, the birds out loud, they actually try to guard me. They'll start sitting all on my head and shit. Like, just to let a mug know, you know? But, like, yeah, not this one. And so, but animals will be like that. And that's what we got to get back in tune with, animals and shit. Get in the water, you know, dolphins be coming up right here, B. They can feel you, they magical. You got orcas, you know what I'm saying? Ceatans. Orcas is no joke. Orcas are so damn smart. I think we need to be communicating with them niggas like regularly. I think they can work. I think they can control computers and shit. I think they're smarter than fucking gorillas, man. And gorillas is a certain form of human, but they're not in America though. Ain't none of that shit in America. And when they say monkey, they can't call you a monkey, my nigga. Shit. You ain't from, you in America, nigga. The monkeys is in Africa. Man. Call them niggas monkeys. They got the goddamn chimpanzees, the apes, and the gorillas and shit over there. It's like, don't mate with them. Because they don't have everlasting life. But them beings, they still can be taught. As you can see, you know, they're supposed to be the ones drive. They can drive a bus. Shit. That's how smart they are. You know? And then you got the apes who are the Caucasians, you know what I mean? These mothers got hair all over their body, so when they shave their hair off, you can see. Some of them got the syndrome. I forgot what the name of the syndrome. It starts with an H, but it's hair all over. And so some people want to call it, you can call it the dog face or whatever, but it's hair all over. And a lot of them beings in Mexico, they got that shit. You know, niggas, they never had that shit, you know what I'm saying? We started getting certain things when we started mixing, when we was told not to do the shit, you know? Down syndrome is actually like a smart thing in a way, because that's an extra chromosome coming into the game. And people got that. But if you think about it, I think, don't the Chinese kind of look like they all have Down syndrome? It's kind of in a way, a little bit. Or, you know, or some of the Asians like that. I'm not talking about the real Japanese, you know what I mean? Them niggas is niggas. That's why they hate them. That's why they hate Japanese. Shit. They're like, them niggas is so peaceful. They still love us after the hell with the shit we done did to them. That's what they think. They're like, damn, you know what I mean? So not one of them. They're actually one of us, you know, and they're way on the edge. So Mosai's gonna bring us all together. This is one of the lands that he's bringing us all together. We don't really have to do nothing violent and shit. Just live your life and work out. Eat your fruits, berries, and your melons. Don't prejudge anyone, especially in this time, because a lot of shit done written down. If you prejudge them, kind of prejudge them off facts. On what they're doing, unless you can read spirits really good, then you know, like, you can feel if the room is right to go into or not, and that's when you have to use that discernment, you know. So yeah, man, in this world, I'm gonna wrap it up real quick, but in this world, you know, you want to get your woman back, and she's definitely going to follow you. She's going to do what you say, because she knows that, you know, you mean well for her. A man shows love in a certain way, like, you know, he wants to make sure that you're okay, but he allow you a certain amount of length to go about, you know, and so you don't want you to go too far, and sometimes you just fuck up, and if he's not healed up, then, you know, he'll get caught into the whole little codependency thing. This is why it's important for you to keep your light very high, man, all the way up. Before you even get into a relationship, you should already be, you should really be 14 months up. If you break up from a girl, you shouldn't go back with her for. Now that you know this, you shouldn't go back with her. You shouldn't go back with her at all. Shit, you're gonna have that loop of that narcissistic type of going back to your supply, and that's what people do. They just circle back around and shit to their supply and be like, you know, how she doing or how he doing? Y'all just do the damn thing again. Just imagine they do that with everybody, just like you do that with everybody. So you just gotta stop it right there, shit, you know, and just get right. 7 months, 8 months, then you can start talking. When you're up to the 8th, to the crown chakra, you know, you're gonna have 5 minor, you know, notes. So you got to get all the way to 12. That's a year, but really just that 7th, that's where you get attacked on. So you want to get yourself up to there before you start entertaining certain things, you know. Start getting yourself. This is the spiritual journey, man. That's really super fun, especially when you get to your heart chakra, man. You're gonna start loving nature and life and shit. You know, anytime you're sad, you can braids it back up like that. But if you lowering your light and you just busting nuts every single day, you know, or every other day or whatever, you can't go that long, and you'll bust out to be sad. You'll come out to be sad, man. And then that just brings way of depression, you know, and it depletes your testosterone, which basically gives you a supernatural strength of healing with your emotions and being just stable. When you're unstable and shit, a chick don't like that. The wisdoms don't like being unstable, G. They don't like an unstable man at all. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and we want the one that's stable in his own actions, and then he like, yo, if you ain't rolling, I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I'm still doing my thing. Like, she like, damn, that nigga sure. He must have faith out of this world, G. You know? And so I gotta roll with him, and that's what she gonna roll with, G. Guarantee you. But if she's unsure and her mind is gone, you know, and she's just still out in the world, she's on, you know, whatever, swiping, then, you know, it's best for you to just stay to your lane and keep on going and bettering yourself. you know, because you're gonna attract a whole bunch of wisdoms, you know. You ain't really gotta, it's up to you if you want to have, you know, whatever you gotta experience, but you'll be up there at that point where you can actually attract these women. You'll know who's who, who's what, why they there, they trying to get their attention. There's all of that. Men will come to you too, because they'll be showing that beta, you know, that beta type of gene where, you know, where it's that one man, you see all the other men around them, you really know who the alpha is, and I gotta say it in that manner. And we're not talking in a narcissistic sense where, you know, a lot of these little dating coaches or men coaches or whatever, they're like showcasing like how to, you know, get a woman and how you gotta act. And you're basically just using a whole bunch of narcissistic, you know, traits and moves and shit on how to get a woman to chase you. And it's like, you don't even have to do that. Just be great, nigga. That's it. You know, the woman gonna chase you regardless of what. She gonna come at you. They gonna always come at you and shit, G. Them motherfuckers is hunters. They gonna always do it. They gonna find a way. They watching you right now and shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find a way how to get to you. You got somebody watching your ass. Whether you go to work every day, if you outside, there's somebody. I don't care if they ugly or not, nigga. There's some wisdom that's watching you that want to pounce on your ass. So yeah, y'all, I appreciate you for joining, for jumping up in here. I just wanted to jump in real quick. A lot of people hating on the fruit. So, you know, the fruit gives you clarity like that. You know what I'm saying? It keeps your life fucking high, B. You don't have to eat food. It's having electric energy. You'll start knowing when you're low on electric energy, then you're gonna have to eat that fruit again. That's what happens. You graze on it, you know what I mean? Whereas if you're just used to eating just cooked foods all the time, you're gonna be full and stuff until that food starts to, you know, semi-digest, and you think you're hungry again because now you got the development of just like, oh, I want to eat right up into here, and then you start eating again. Now you got starting to get clogged up. You're not even letting your intestines, you know, rest. That's where your brain is at. One of your brains is at. One of your major brains is at. That controls the mood for your day. If you don't take that selfie in the morning, you can be a very sad or very angry type of individual. And then it depends on whatever the moon is in. We just came up out of the Sabbath, which is a full moon in Taurus, you know, in tropical astrology, but it'll be in Aries and Vedic or sidereal astrology, you know, but we're gonna keep it tropical just to keep it for understanding, easier sake for us to understand, you know. So now, you know, the moon is moving towards, you know, Gemini, just wherever it's at. You can be angry and still dealing with the defects of what the sign the moon is in, and it all plays a role because you have a natal chart. Most I showed you that. You're supposed to know your natal chart. If you need help knowing your natal chart, you know, holla at your brother. And we can look at it and show you if you got the grand trine. We're looking for the grand trines, really, and shit, you know. But I don't like to deal with their grand trines because a lot of things happen to people with grand trines, and it'll just show the hand of the creator on your life. A grand trine is a grand triangle. But then you got squares also. Those who've been involved in a lot of, you know, facing a lot of obstacles type of thing, and then coming out on top type shit. So that's good to talk to them and bring their stories to the forefront to help people who's in those type of situations. And I will, you know, develop a nice little metaphysician team who knows they shit. But right now we're just dealing with what I'm doing and shit, you know what I mean? So, and you know, it's all in that natal chart, you know. So you need help on that one. I got a little app that I created. It's somewhere in my somewhere on that community board. You got to go down and click one of those little apps I made under the pictures. But it'll show you if you need help. It's dealing on, you know, astrology and tarot or tarot or terra, you know, the earth plane and the world. So if you need those little readings, I do those too. I'm gonna jump back into that. But that's just dealing with the spirit, the straight up Holy Spirit. I can do it intuitively as well, you know. And that's gonna have to probably hop on another channel for that. You know, I'm just talking right now. Here we gotta just focus strictly on healing and health and fitness. And I want to talk about sports and stuff like that, but you know, I don't know if I have too many sports and people on this channel, but a lot of people want to eat right, so that's good. That's where I can help you out at. You know, where I can help you out is I just help track your daily meal. You know, as far as like you have to stick to this meal every single day. You know, at least for a month, and then we'll change something up. We'll see where you're at with it. And if you work out, you don't even have to work out, but if you do work out, I tell you where to go. Even if you go to Planet Fitness, I'll tell you the exact machine to get on if you're not even working out with weights. You know, even if you're just doing cardio, this will definitely turn that fat into fuel and it'll burn real quick. The arc machine is 1, and the steps that go slow is 2, and you know, you can do a treadmill, but I just always say do some type of jump rope if you kind of heavy, you don't do jump rope, just a bike when you're sitting there on kind of hard. 5, 5, and 5. So you don't get tired and shit, you know what I'm saying, and weary when you're on the machine. And I guarantee you're gonna start losing it because you gotta stick to the meal plan. I'm gonna have to make sure. That means I'm checking up on you. And this is what you're basically free donating to me for. Like, yo, I'm gonna look out, you're gonna keep me, you're gonna hold me accountable. That's all you need, some brothers to hold you accountable, man. You know what I mean? And they keep you on your path. And it's like, fucking, I might as well invest in the blessed, invest in myself. Yo, man, bro, gonna hold me down. I'm gonna hold it down. I'm definitely gonna show and prove. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these people they don't really care about their clients or the people that's involved. You know, and we could talk about a lot of things. I'm pretty sure you know, you like some of the things I'm chopping it up about when we're building about, you know, light bodies and things that'll help you overcome, you know, fears or just, you know, false illusion and seeing through illusions and shit. Your semen retention helps you with all that shit. And it helps you to move away and get away quick and don't have codependency and none of the cluster B personality disorder type of traits, antics. You know, you'll get over all of that shit. You'll see theirs when it happens. And it's like a broken record. They can't help it. You know, they're like control, even though they don't even know that they can't help it. Some of them just do it because. And that's when you don't need none of that stuff in your life at that point. You're just bettering. So if you're younger, it's best to get this under grips right now than to wait later on in your life and shit. You know, this cycle is one of the better cycles because a lot of things are being revealed to you at this point. You know, now we know in the cosmology of the world, you got, you know, the natal science. You got individuals that can help interpret the natal science to you that didn't have to go to none of the schools. You know, it's like, because what do they give you really? Really, he likes the devil because the devil give him nothing. That's a part of the degree. You know what I mean? And the nation of gods and earth is like, well, why does he like the devil? He likes the devil because the devil gives him nothing. You know what I'm saying? Why does he feel the devil now that he's a grown man? Because the devil put fear in him when he was a little boy. He taught him how to eat the wrong foods and all these things. And that's what happened. He was taught to eat the wrong foods. You know, taught to eat the poison, use the poisonous animal eater. And that's what you got to give up to get back online and get back into the upper room, baby. Back to your family and shit, to your natural inheritance and shit, being rich spiritually, and then it trickle down into the flesh and shit. Then you have your little unit of your divine life body family. All right, so I love you. I'm gonna go ahead and probably hop on my other joint. I should have built about this a little bit over there, but this is still dealing with, you know, mental health, and it's dealing with, you know, the Stockholm syndrome that niggas got towards the so-called oppressor. Like, you can't get away from the motherfucker. Like, does it take me being homeless to get away? In a way, it kind of do, G. You know what I'm saying? In a way, it takes you to do the most extreme shit you gotta do to get the fuck away from a mother. And if y'all if you got mothers that got money, y'all actually can get some land and work on it. But to have that agreement, everybody gotta be, especially with another man, gotta be on that semen retention. If it's your family, you gotta have that going on, because that's where the honorable, like, elderness comes into play at. Like, okay, this my granddaddy's on point. You know, of course he got the wisdom, but he's not over there jacking off, he's not letting off nothing, of course he's not thinking about it, because if you're thinking about it, you're gonna be letting off. But the higher up you are, the more light you'll possess, and then you'll be able to harness. So, and you'll be communicating with all kind of mothers and shit. I done communicated with my friends that transition that was spiritual. Finally, for the other day, for the first time since a long ass since he transitioned, and we were really close and shit. But he smiled. I'm like, oh, you must be on Third Resurrection. And so I'm like, you here? Then my friend that just got murdered, and I know he found a way to say something to me, come up and walk up close to me and shit. And I just smiled. I was like, man. I said, I'm sorry. He's like, man, I already knew it was him. He knew it was me, and he hugged me. And I was just like, I was sitting on something, like high up. There was a lot of light around us, and I seen him come with the light, you know. Yeah, but anyhow, you know, you'll strengthen all that, you know. And all them little attacks is gonna happen with you. That's because you're gonna get those attacks because your kundalini is gonna start rising. It's like beings on the outside of you is gonna see that. It's like they know that beings exist with these infrared type of spectacles that they used in wartime a long time ago. And they had to stop using that shit. That's why they use them in the green, you know, spectrum versus in the red, because they were seeing other motherfucking life forms and shit like that. So yeah, you know, you're gonna have all these on you, but you can control them if you're stronger. Now, if you're weak, you can become subjected to these months. You can see it sometimes with people who are in the world, and they're like, you know, you don't see them spiraling up no time soon, because they actually have unseen beings around them that are sucking from them, getting them to drink, getting them to do this type of drug, and getting them to do this, that, and the third. And they're ganging up on them, actually, you know. And also, you got some that are stronger. that can encourage them to help them to get up and make themselves better. I'm talking about the troops, just the beings or the archons that surround you. You know, you can actually turn them and make them believe and help out. You know, so yeah, it's just a matter of how strong you are and how much strength you got. This is definitely real. You know, that's how it works. This is how it goes. So you're a child of the Most High. You know, he don't want nobody touching you and shit. So he wants you to get your powers up, get your dang on strength up. That's all it is. You're not using them to be like I'm big eye little you or masquerade no type of superiority amongst anyone. It's just the fact that this is just what it is. You know, y'all don't fight it. You naturally love me. But now you have a little jealousy because you love and hate a nigga at the same time. You know, because you love a nigga so much. It's like, damn, so don't idolize the nigga. Idolize the creator that gave the nigga the gifts to show you. Because you don't develop these gifts. You know, if you're like another type of like life form or something watching, you know what I'm saying? It gave you the gifts that you can develop in time once you start acknowledging yourself, you know? And if you seeing the nigga like do it, like the earth angel, the living earth angel do a lot of miraculous things without even being taught, like professionally like that. They're professional, just happen to come through experience, you know? Then it's like, you know, that comes straight from the creator, G. And so just pay homage, don't have to worship. Moses didn't have to get worship, you know what I mean? And he came, he did a lot of shit for the creator. So he didn't get worship, and he could have got worship. Like Jesus, they trying to make you worship Jesus. It's like, no, don't worship, no, the one who sent me, motherfucker. Not me, you motherfuckers keep on worshiping niggas. And he got some niggas that let you, yeah, man, you know, when me turn over and shit, like that. You know what I'm saying? These are the niggas who get the thumbs and the booties and all that shit, G. And that's just kind of crazy because they like that. They want to see God's seed in a most vulnerable state. Like, you know what I mean? Like, very vulnerable. And sex is one of the most vulnerable states where they can want to see you lose control. Like, they want to hear you do that. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear you go, like you, I got his ass. Shit, he lost control. And they'll do that shit to you. If you low, man, G, they can fuck you up. Their whole existence is to fuck you up, really. If you haven't noticed, like they naturally is here to do some dumb shit. Like, hey, keeping it real, the American white folks, G. You know what I'm saying? Because you could just be chilling, and the motherfucker see you. He can be with a nice fat booty ass chick, his girl, and next you know, when he see you, it's like it's all eyes on you, sunglasses on your ass, everything and shit. It's like, damn, man, you got this badass bitch. Why you looking at me? You probably looking at interracial porn. And you probably know how I could do this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But shit, she like, yo ass, you got the money, you must be spending something on her. Because you ain't me. Because you know if I was with her, you know she'd be spending something on my ass. No, hey, I love y'all, man. And thanks for tuning in. And shout out to KQ. And my man from the UK, Big Mob and the Big Mob. All right, shout out to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? House of Charles. I see y'all here. Appreciate you. That's from the UK, so you know I'm gonna definitely give shout out to you. And we all connected. So you know they took some of our niggas from America and took them over to the UK. That was the backwards slave trade. Ain't that a bitch? Or you know, indentured type of working slave. You be wondering like, hey man, I'm probably a little different. I got that swag too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because they done took the niggas away. Cause it's like, damn, niggas is a beautiful thing, man. You see these motherfuckers over here? They shores had gold on. That's what Christopher Columbus said. He said the shores had gold on it. These niggas was sprinkled in gold and shit, man. They women was braiding their hair and shit. It was just like some ultra stuff. Niggas was looking like Mr. Olympias, all of us. This is why working out. Even if you change babies' diapers at a daycare, nigga, you better be the swollest baby diaper changing this mother jumper in that dang on building, man. If you washing dishes, you better be the swollest dishwasher. If you're pushing buttons at work, you better have your arms better be motherfucking like you can push a pebble through a fucking cement wall, nigga. You better look like you can do that. Your motherfucking veins better be popping in your finger, cause you ain't doing much. You better be lifting some kind of weight. Man, if you fucking Uber driver, man, you better be the coldest, sexiest, celibate ass Uber driver, hustling this, getting this motherfucker. If you drive trucks for a living, man, you better be the swollest truck driver. Your forearms better be like you can grip the world, nigga. You better be that swole. I don't care, man. You need to be that way. You're a superhero, nigga. That's who you are. Super Hey Roo and shit. Alright, I love y'all. I'm dragging on now, but you know, the Dracon energy is in effect. I'll be with y'all on the next one. Peace.